The competitive advantage. 10 plus years ago, no one thought of exercising for golf. Tiger Woods revolutionized the approach because he was deadlifting after playing 18 rounds of golf. He recognized the inherent strengths and competitive advantage that came from becoming stronger while everybody else was only focusing on playing the game of golf. And I believe the same for you. A competitive advantage for you in whatever field you're in, no matter your stage of life, is exercise. When you exercise, you can feel strong, you can feel efficient, you can feel good about yourself. So there's an inherent sense of well-being. There's a literal carryover to the activities of daily life. In addition, another competitive advantage is to learn how to breathe well. When you breathe well, your body becomes efficient. There is no greater competitive advantage than for the outside world to become slower. So you can think not only real time, but ahead. And that comes from adequate blood flow to and through the brain. This is not an internal game. This is not how do I outthink my opponents or outthink how to serve my customers more than competing with somebody else. This is not how do I do better on the golf course than my competitors, or running, or climbing and bouldering, or yoga. How do I do a better yoga pose? This is the competitive advantage of being in gravity. This is the competitive advantage of allowing your mind to be a good thinker through adequate blood flow and oxygenation. When you learn how to breathe well in a very science-backed approach and you exercise, then you're not only practicing whatever craft it is that you're mastering, and you're not only exercising to enhance your activities of daily life or the love of your hobbies, but you're taking things a step further. You're really adding that top quarter of the pyramid for adding and diversifying your skills to give you the competitive advantage in life. Being more efficient, more effective, so you can do better, make better decisions where you are with what you have. And that can come through breathing well, having a deliberate exercise program to practice, and getting adequate feedback on what you're doing and where you can improve. When you get feedback that's instructive, you can guarantee that your skills are going to sharpen. As your skills sharpen and you spend that mental energy to develop them, eventually they become unconsciously competent. They become intuitive. They fall into the background, these skills that you have developed. And as a result, you have this free mental energy to then reinvest in the activities that you find to be good return on activities, good returns on investment. You can do that whole process, that whole loop, with greater efficiency and with a competitive advantage by enhancing your breathing, by having a deliberate exercise program to practice, to refine, to learn the nuances of. Why? Because it engages your mental energy here, now, in the moment, and it's concentration. How many times, if you've ever listened to, studied, or looked into breath work, have they expounded upon the benefits of focusing on your breath as a concentration exercise? Well, I contend that you can develop concentration by being fully engaged in exercise through a deliberate practice where you get refined feedback to develop the nuance, and you develop a scientific-backed approach to your breathing methodology. And then you will become more efficient, more effective in all of the roles that you play. I can think of no greater competitive advantage than to be at ease, to think with clarity, to stay out of or away from a mental fog or confusion, and to feel a life of meaning. And these come as a result of being fully engaged. Exercise, breathing. If you like these thoughts, you find them to be curious, you want to know more, or you want to think for yourself, but you want to hear more inspiring ways of looking at things, go to DominicSessa.com, sign up for my newsletter, my YouTube, my Instagram. If you're on my newsletter, thanks for being here. We'll talk again soon.